and I've decided to throw away my mask. Yo. I have been labeled. I don't know if you have been labeled, but I have been labeled. Like, I'm not going to pretend and talk like so softly, because that is not who I am. People look at you and they're like, okay, I don't think you're supposed to be wearing pants. God himself does not look at outside appearance. Then you're here trying to look at outside appearance. Oh, she looks like she can. She looks like she can. Should I go deeper? So today, I want to have a conversation with you. But not really a conversation with you. I want to talk to you. But I hope very soon I'm going to be having conversations with you, like real conversations with you. So I just did a letter to my dad last week. And I was candid. And you know, if you know me, as candid can be. But before I really proceed, I feel that I have to lay a foundation. And how else to lay a foundation? Where's my mask? See, this season is called season 1, unmasking. Season 1 is unmasking. And I've had a mask for so long. I've been wearing a mask for so long, and I've decided to throw away my mask. Just say it as it is. Like, tired. You can't breathe with a mask. Like, a mask is so uncomfortable. The freedom that comes with unmasking is out of this world. And this is the life I want to live. I don't want to live with any mask. And this is where I'm going to start. Number 1, I want to let you know a few things that made me live in a mask, behind a mask, with a mask. And unfortunately, when I put on a mask, I also put on a mask on someone else. I also put on a mask on someone else or some other people. So, number 1, one of the things that gave me a mask was labels. Yo. I have been labeled. I don't know if you have been labeled, but I have been labeled. Labels that disable and enable. This has been a very, very difficult video for me to do. First, how do I respectfully say what I need to say, yet confront these facts and do that openly? Secondly, how do I bring in people who are oblivious of this fact, and why should I? Still, I choose to do it. I choose to break the shell. The labels I'm going to mention all began when I was 19 as I prepared to get married. I was branded. Have you been branded? Unfortunately, my branding came from people who knew about me but did not know me. They judged me based on my personality, my assertiveness, and funny enough, my dressing, my consistent wearing of pants, having come from a less traditional church and moving to a very traditional church. My label did not come from looking at me in isolation, but looking at me in light of the other person. They began seeing the other person as a victim in need of protection and covering, something that has been done to date. Some of them were bold enough to voice it out. See, when a woman is assertive, demonstrative, or outspoken, they earn negative labels, and I was not spared. And the first thing that has made me be labeled by people who know me, I'm not talking about people who don't know me, because if you look at me in isolation, there are labels that you won't give me. You might say I'm confident, you might say I'm assertive, you may say I'm bold, but some labels that I've been given have not been fair to me. I feel like I've had some labels that have been unjust. It's actually injustice to label someone in comparison with someone else. It is not fair. It is super, super unfair. So the first label that I've had is as a result of my personality. See how I'm talking? Like, I'm not going to pretend and talk like so softly, because that is not who I am. I am very vocal. My voice is not like, I'm not like soft spoken. And that doesn't mean that I'm not respectful. And that doesn't mean that I'm not able to control my voice. I can be like really sweet, But I have been labeled because of my personality. Probably the way I dress, or the way I've dressed in the past. Not skimpy dressing, but maybe people look at you and they're like, okay, I don't think you're supposed to be wearing pants. I don't think you're supposed to be wearing very colorful clothes. I don't think you're supposed to be wearing, I don't know. But I have been labeled for many, many, many reasons. And number one I've said is my personality. Some people just look at you and how you walk and they're like, you are too bold. Why do you walk so confidently? You must be a bad person. You must be a very aggressive person. Some people look at you and they don't like how you confront things or how you address things, and they feel like, oh my God, this woman is too much. I have suffered for being expected to live or to be a certain person. And again, I'm going to say, compared to. So I feel like there's been an expectation for me to reduce whom I am for someone else to increase, maybe. It's like when you look at a very tall person and a medium person, or a person who is shorter than this tall person. When you compare them, you're definitely going to say this person is shorter than the other person. But if you take this other person who is medium height and you put them probably with a short person, then you're going to say, this person is tall and this person is short. So who is this person, the medium person? Is this person tall or is this person short? Like, how unfair can that be? And I feel like that is how I've led my life. So much so that people, or the person that looks very nice, has been able to hide behind that mask. And that's why I said, like, when I'm putting on my mask, I'm also helping someone else put on their mask. But the only problem is that I have suffered in the process. I have suffered because who do you talk to? Who do you tell that, oh my goodness, I might be this vocal, but I can't even say a thing. Who do you tell that, and who even believes you? So I feel I've suffered because of my personality, and it's unfair. Unfair because I've been denied the right to become all that I'm supposed to be, because I'm supposed to match someone else, losing myself in the process, losing my name in the process. Yeah, I'm not the only one. The other day, I wrote something in that line on Facebook, and I said, well, I've been labeled for my personality, and people will label you for your personality. And there's someone that wrote me, I love you, I know you're gonna watch this. Someone wrote me and they said, Sonny, you do not even know what you've written. Like, what you've written has liberated me. And she was vexed. She was burning. And she told me a few things and told me labels that have been put on her and assumptions that have been made about her because of, thank God I don't have those things, Like she tells me, you know what, she is a, curvy girl. And she says, you know how many people judge me just because I'm curvaceous? Do you know how many people say that I am a whore because of this? And they think, and we had a really long conversation in that regard. And I was like, you know what? One day when I do a live session, I'm going to have you and you're going to do this thing. The labels that people put on you can cripple you. And unfortunately, in some cases, they can empower or enable the other person. So, I'm not going to reduce for anybody. Not now. I've done it in the past. But as I said, no more masks. Like I cannot be boxed any longer. I cannot be boxed any longer. So labeled for my personality, which is so unfair. Can you just learn to look at people for whom they are? Don't compare a husband to a wife or a wife to a husband. Don't exonerate someone just because of the appearance. Oh, this one looks very good. They don't look like they can do this. It's definitely the other person who did this. God does not look at outside appearance. God himself does not look at outside appearance. Then you're here trying to look at outside appearance. Oh, she looks like she can. She looks like she can. Should I go deeper? Oh, okay. Let me not get there. Actually, let me just say this. So, I remember when I was getting married. I'm spilling, I am unmasking, okay? So, when I was getting married, oh my God, a lot of people were saying, oh, this girl. Because first of all, I came from a church where I used to wear pants, like trousers. And I used to preach in my trousers, in fellowship, in Bible studies. I used to be frontline in leading worship, in leading prayers, I almost opened I almost opened the doors for the church in my pants, and God used me in my pants. I had a specific way of dressing, and that is how I was until I got married. So by the time I was meeting my husband, I was still dressing like that. And I know that is the first thing that made people feel like, this girl is not good enough. And let me tell you, there's this one lady who said she was going to go to my church to find out more about me, and more specifically, to find out if I was a virgin.